In recent months, there's been a change in leadership in the governments of England and France and Germany and Italy and Canada, the United States, with more on the horizon. People are looking for new approaches and new ideas. Change is in the air all over the world, except in one place, and that's in the Jewish world. Benjamin Netanyahu has been Prime Minister of Israel for 25 years out of the last 30. Ronald Lauder went from the head of the Jewish National Fund to the head of the Conference of Presidents and then to the head of the World Jewish Congress. Edgar Bronfman, after holding the position for a quarter of a century, stepped down as president of the World Jewish Congress. And when he finally left, his son became the chairman of the board. Morton Klein has been president of the ZOA since the year of Rabbi Posner's bar mitzvah. In many ways, Jews in America are repeating the same mistake that the Jews in Egypt made at the time of the Exodus. Our Torah reading this morning described that historic moment when, after 210 years of slavery, God informs them that he is going to take them out mitachas sivlos Mitzrayim, from under the yoke and suffering of the Egyptians. But no sooner did they see Paro and the Egyptians pursuing them when they left, they cry out, "Let's get back to Egypt." And then comes the crossing of the Red Sea. No sooner do they run out of water than they cry out, "Let's go back to Egypt." This is why the Kotzker Rebbe read this verse, mitachas sivlos Mitzrayim, from under the yoke and suffering of the Egyptians, a bit differently. Sivlos, which we translate as suffering, can also have another meaning. It comes from the word sovel, meaning patient, tolerant, enduring. The Jews had to be taken out from the mindset they had developed in Egypt, a mindset of being patient, a mindset of, well, it's not so bad, could be worse. As bad as it is, we can manage through it. Who knows if it'll ever get any better? Let's just continue with things just the way they are. Indeed, our sages make a remarkable commentary and tell us no Jewish slave ever escaped out of Egypt. On a simple level, this is telling us the Egyptians had such a powerful security system that made escape impossible. But on a deeper level, it means that none of the Jews ever attempted to escape. They developed this attitude of, better the devil I know than the one I may have to meet and adjust to. So God had to take the Jews, mitachas sivlos Mitzrayim, had to take them out of a mindset that accepted more of the same problem, same solutions. And we American Jews must learn to do the same. We have to learn that continuing the same knee-jerk reactions to issues as we've done in the past does not serve us well in the present and future. In the early 1950s, a commission was put together to determine whether it really made sense for there to be three Jewish defense agencies: the Anti-Defamation League, the American Jewish Committee, and the American Jewish Congress. After all, they were all doing the same thing. It was costing lots of money. And it was felt that in light of the Holocaust, Jews were more accepted in America. And indeed, the commission came back with a report to merge the three agencies into one. And of course, it was never implemented. You know what we did? We created a fourth Jewish defense agency, the Simon Wiesenthal Center. And did all this make us better off in combating anti-Semitism? In the past 10 years, the Anti-Defamation League has raised $100 million to combat anti-Semitism. Did it help? Even they admitted it. And Jonathan Greenblatt, the CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, admitted failure of his organization's and the wider Jewish community's efforts to combat the inferno anti-Semitism that has rocked the world since October 7th. He told the Knesset, and I quote, "Nobody likes to admit when they've fallen short. I don't like to lose. I personally hate to lose. However, sometimes we have to acknowledge the reality." Greenblatt did not offer concrete recommendations to innovate the field of combating anti-Semitism, but said that fresh thinking was sorely needed. He concluded, "Otherwise, as Einstein said, we'll be doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result." That's the definition of insanity. Come on, Jews. We better recognize this is a new world we're living in. Like the Jews in Egypt, we've gotten used to a mindset, and no matter how much things have changed, we keep continuing in the same old way. We can't just continue doing business as usual. Times have changed. We've got to do the same. When, right now, this Shabbos, we welcome in the coming of a new month with the words Shetechadesh Aleinu Es HaChodesh Hazeh, that God should renew for us this coming month. It's time for us to renew as well. Shabbat Shalom.